Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Disco Elysium. In the last episode, we found our car that we destroyed by driving it into the ocean, basically, or into the ice out here at the bay. We discovered our badge, which is nice. In fact, I think we should go back and show it to Joyce, just because we can. And maybe she'll be interested in that. We discovered a little bit more information about us looking at the badge, and we got a commander's coat. So I think this alludes to the fact that we were a high-ranking officer in the RCM at some point. Yes, I believe so. I don't think just anyone can become a RCM commander, assuming that this jacket is indeed ours. And that's about it. We're passing by more time since Kim is not here. And maybe we'll go and find our... Well, actually, I'll say we'll find our gun, but I have no idea what we will find out there. We do have a few quests we should keep a lookout while we're out here on the shore now. The gloves of the hangman armor might still be around in the neighborhood. Try to locate them. I asked a little girl in the fishing village down the coast who knows something about the armored gloves. And the fisherfolk in the village... Fisherfolk in the village may know where Ruby is located. I still have a hunch that she has our gun. Just call it fate. I sadly suspect she is greatly involved in this. I think she is also responsible for the gentleman's the merc being killed, though I don't think she pulled the trigger herself. I got the impression that it is not our gun that killed the person. It had to be fired from a rifle, given the distance that would be required to make the shot. Unless, of course, it was from the balcony. But we were called here to investigate after the murder happened. So it probably is not our weapon. Whoa! What have we here? A bridge? A bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that creaks in the wind. A construction code violation, if there ever was one. Whatever. Let death come. I'm a Revacholian badass. I'm not going to be afraid of a bridge I've crossed numerous times, visual calculus. That is interesting, though. That's a nice reminder that that our personalities can show up for every normal things that we wouldn't want them showing up for and make us worry about things or do things we normally would not care about. Or that maybe a healthy individual would not worry about. And by healthy, I mean someone not obsessed with visual calculus. Oh, her boat's gone! She said she'd be here for us, and then she left. Interesting. Went to the village on the coast, officer. See you there. Joyce, says the note on the post. Something that occurred to me about this game is that I can appreciate the... How can I describe this? In fact, I might have talked about it briefly in the last episode. I think it's best to say what... it's this personal preference. Just say it, Tim. I kind of wish the game didn't have this Unity engine with us walking from place to place. I wish instead this was... I wish this was like an image of the docks, and we could click like on the left or right and be taken to a new image. Similar to a game like Shadowgate, right? Or Myst, I think. Or one of the old point-and-click adventure games. I think that interface would have been better than this one. Though I suppose we wouldn't see us doing certain things. It would just be a description. But I think I would prefer that in this type of heavy dialogue game. I don't know if it's making any sense. Like, a game like like Shadowgate. Only maybe we are there visible as well. I don't know, because right now we're spending time in the game, but it's literally me just walking from place to place. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like this could have been cut a little bit. It's fine the way it is, of course. I wouldn't keep playing it if I didn't like it. I just find it an odd, I guess, design decision. But whatever, Tim. It's the dev's game. It's doing extraordinarily well. You should be content with that. I guess I'm just thinking of things as I'm out here walking around. Hello. What have we here? We have a few things we can investigate. Traffic beyond the gate. More abandoned motor lorries. So we can gain more than 5. Okay. We picked up a more morale recharge. The sign says no entry. Someone's scribbled an inverted star on it. Oh, is that the symbol for the, that's the symbol for the communists in this world, I think, isn't it? Hello! Jamrock Biker Cop Sonnies. -1 logic, +1 empathy. Our logic is currently +1. What's our empathy set to at the moment? Nothing. So I've put this on. We go down to 1 plus for visual calculus, but we do pick up 1. I like this. This is a bunch more pluses. We'll keep it. Which reminds me, we're still working on the precarious world, which means we still fail all red checks for the next, like, hour or so. I leveled, didn't I? I did. And I don't know what to put that point into. Do we have any checks that we can redo? Sumerian butter. Tamale home, which requires a formidable empathy check. We might be able... We have, what, like a 7% chance or something like that? I kind of wish it also told me what the check level was, so I could just take a guess if it was worth walking out there to investigate it. So we must be around here at the moment. The bridge is shut, so this must be everything we can possibly investigate. You know, this is the first time I'm actually staring at the map. I never really cared about it very much before, but now that I can actually leave the Martinez waterfront, it occurs to me that all of this might be actually explorable. Oh, interesting. Judging from the tire tracks, we made the jump. Then we swerved into the ocean. You have a legendary check to make with Kuno as well for empathy. Maybe we should do that at some point. Well, we're back here again. So, before we go to the fishing village, let's explore this side a little more. Hello, container. I don't think I can... Can I reach you? I don't think so, right? Right, we can't get through the gate. Barbed wire. Right, this used to be a war zone. Someone has broken down the fence and the barbed wire. We're a police officer. We should investigate this vandalism. And look for any loose change we see lying around, which there's plenty of here. The wind is corralled by the 4-story buildings around this yard. 50 cents. That looks like some smokes, but I can't pick them up. The swing is missing. No one's been here for a long time. Rust peels off the bent iron posts of the swing. The wind whistles through the skeleton of the small house behind you. There's desolation everywhere. What happened here? In this yard. Someone thought they could have a summer house on the beach for cheap. It didn't work out. Looks like they abandoned it. Empathy. A long time ago, someone used to live here. Laugh here. Thought it was a good idea to build a swing, even. An intense loneliness comes over you. Electrochemistry. This is a good place for a nice, sad drink. Uncork a velvety bottle of red wine and think about life for a moment. Really philosophize. I don't think we need to drink and feel bad for ourselves anymore. We're trying to rebuild our life. Not remember the old one. Glory, says the graffito, to the ghosts of us. $1.20. We now have enough for 3 more days. More magnesium. Lots of plus morale restore. Someone has left their music collection beneath the tarpaulin. Oh, maybe we can find the smallest church in St. Sands. Use the interact button in inventory to inspect the item. The tape you found from a shack on the coast. The A-side has smallest church in St. Sains written on it, while the B-side is supposed to contain the instrumental version. Requires a boombox to play. The porter reel is just what you needed. The reel is attached to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader. Press play on tape. You press the large button marked Commencer, and the tape starts spinning. There's a small delay before the song starts playing. Keep the porter reel at a harmless distance and wait. Then the organ starts playing a simple melancholic tune, echoing in the hallway. A lone singing voice joins in, telling you about the tiniest church in St. Sains, surrounded by an even tinier yard. You almost feel the seaside mist on your skin. It's mega sad. Within seconds, you know, this is the one, the real shit you've been looking for, the one you trashed your room to. This one tells it like it is. This is your tune. A click, then silence for a bit. Then the tape stops spinning. Do we actually sing a super sad song for everyone? I wouldn't mind singing a happier song. But maybe this could be the farewell song for our old life. And the new one will have a better outlook. Could I sing this for karaoke? I think I could sing this. Of course you could sing this! You could take sad to a whole new level with this. And you already know the lyrics since you've listened to it like a million times. Encyclopedia. Yup, they're all here, all 3 verses. And the B-side of the tape contains the instrumental version. It's like the world itself is telling you to do it. Only one obstacle stands on your way. Nothing can stop me now. Gart. You have to convince Gart to let you sing karaoke in the whirling. After you win him over, you can express yourself. Let the pain out. Make everyone understand. Alright then. Well, I guess there's something to do. Though I'm assuming it's going to be a white check as well. I keep going back to look at the Precarious World. Birds in the birch tree. Barely audible coos come from above. I'm amazed at how the story for our detectives seems to be playing out. It seems like we're doing everything in exactly the precise sequence, and we've gotten so lucky with some of the roles to have as many discoveries as we have. I really wonder what this game will be like if you play it with a totally separate type of character. Someone who is like super intelligent and a little quick, as opposed to being strong and have a lot of mental psyche. The shot couldn't have come from here. Trees blocked the way. Right! We're also supposed to be investigating that, aren't we? Oh, hello. Oh, is the entire town abandoned? Through the broken glass, dusty shelves, and a forgotten chair. Oh, we can go inside this building. I thought we'd just inspect the door. I should have realized that was a travel icon. A cold breeze is enough to make the wall planks creak. Postcard Coal City 08. This postcard depicts a forest of smokestacks releasing fat plumes of smoke into blue, cloudless sky. The tinge of age, the color of old teeth, gives it a sickly look. Written on the back is a single sentence repeated twice. I got out. I got out. No addressee. A bow knot. +2 drama. You're sure that wearing this tie is a statement. You're not sure what kind of statement, though. Will my horrific necktie allow me to take it off? I wonder, though. You see a dark red chair in the dim light of the room. Interesting. Wonder who sat here. I see wires. Reminds me of Darkwood, this house. Is there fast travel in the game, actually? Hold on. Can I just go back to the Whirling in Rags when I pop up the map? Can I? No. Okay. There's a boat tucked away underneath the tarpaulin cover. Great news, says Visual Calculus. The boat is big enough for a grown man like you to fit underneath it in a supine position. Great news, then. I do need somewhere cozy. No, wait. Sorry, my bad. There's a rotting dog carcass under there, and old fish, too. You wouldn't fit next to the mummified canine's mausoleum. Perception. Damn dog. Taking up all your space. The fish smell is too rank, too, though. Volition. Just finished the case, so you'll probably have somewhere to go. Hopefully. So much for Hobo Cop, I suppose. I am also super glad we took the thought that gives us +1 to all puzzle experience points for looking at everything that looks like this. The underside of the boat has recently been tarred. Someone's living out here. We should see if we find that little girl. I had not noticed her. It's still early on in the day, so she should be out here, I would think. I see some pictures down there, but we can't look at them. Oh, that's interesting. This looks like a shadow. It is a shadow. There's someone up there. A wedding stone, well worn and covered in rust. White curtains have been drawn shut. No looking in. Do I peek into someone's home? I guess we do. You see dust-covered linens, dried tulips on a bed. Pants! Interalsly trousers. +1 to Kingdom of Conscience? Moralis pants. Tailored trousers in light brown, moderate to in every aspect. They're absolutely unremarkable. In other words, perfect. Oh, hey, we look pretty good. Our outfits begin to match. We look like we you know, for some reason I think we should have like a monocle and like a rifle as a gun wearing this type of outfit. We look like we should be on a safari to me. These are some wonderfully regular pants. Not too tight, not too loose. Moderate in every sense. You'll blend right in at some pleasant dinner party. I like regular normal things, Volition. I know you do. These interlocally pants are like wearing a perfect compromise in your nether regions. No one will call the moral lantern on you like this. That's for sure. You're a little more moralist now, buddy. A little more normal. Even if you didn't want to be. Does that affect our stats? I guess we got one more moralist. Well, what did I choose that was communist and fascist? I've been trying to avoid anything of those two political leanings. Sorry, ideologies. Cinder blocks. Charred. A makeshift fire pit with magazines for lighting. I guess we could sit there. The bushes are too thick and thorny to pass through. Oh, I see some bums sitting there, though. You sit on the wind-worn planks of the bench. Your feet ache. We have things to do. We're not sitting down now. I guess we have to walk around to talk to those people. We'll check this abandoned building while we're here. Construction material. Whoever planned to build this house left in a hurry. More magnesium. Magnesium freaking everywhere. And 45 more cents. Down rock. Adu hai dung shrang. The street sign is illegible below the graffito. The woman next to a bucket of clothes hums an odd melody. Her eyes are closed.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts.
If you can't see me, then how'd you know I was here?
I still have a golden ear. Come.
Lean forward.
Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
I'm a cop. I don't cause trouble. I take care of trouble.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You also came to take care of trouble then. Which you did. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen.
What kind of ill omen are we talking about?
Oh, the usual. Dark tidings. Black Hound.
Inland Empire. That's you, all right. A black hound licking your own heels. Have I been here before?
No, not you personally. I meant the RCM. Some of the men got into a fight. One of them killed another. Locked himself in that woodshed over there.
She points to the building behind her.
He was brooding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him and took him to think about what he'd done in a more secluded place. Somewhere more quiet.
Huh. I am an ill omen, all right.
You're still welcome here, as long as men with guns aren't chasing you. But maybe even then, because that's the kind of fishing village we've built. I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park your motor carriage. And not a lot of houses. Or a lot of people. My kids are long gone, searching for treasure. So are others. Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us?
Tell me about yourself. Who exactly are you here? Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Mother called me Isobel, if that's what you're asking, and my married name is Sadie. Now it's your turn, Mr. I lost my name. These things happen occasionally. Don't worry. You'll find yourself once more. Where could someone stay around here? Stay? Most people here are trying to leave. That said, if lodgings are what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack. Her soapy thumbs point to the building behind her. You said free, but just to make sure, how much is it? I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill, from the village to the RCM. There's this guy, Gart, who makes me give him money every night just so I don't die out in the cold. That's exactly how they get you. That's why we built our own cinder block houses on the seaside. So we don't have to give money to those crooks. She looks around. They might not like the look much, but they're ours. Why isn't anyone using the room? My kids grew up and left, like they do. The house is long empty now. I live in the small side attachment. It's easier and cheaper to keep warm. Well, you've got yourself a tenant. Don't make an old woman regret opening her house to the police. A key appears from under her apron. She hands it to you. What's further down on the coast? Not much, she replies and wipes her forehead. There's an abandoned church, the Dolorian Church of Humanity. It's been there since before my time even. Why is it abandoned? Some things just don't fly, officer. She smiles a gap-toothed smile and smells the air. Look around. Who'd go to church here? They built it 300 years ago. Must have been nicer then. Oh, there's no way I can pronounce this. Ecclesiastes have tried to get things going there, but things just keep happening. Crime, accidents, other things. The place never stays open. She frowns. It's a pity. It used to be such a nice church. Empathy. She's not telling you all she knows. Keep her talking. I've got the feeling you're leaving stuff out. What else is going on? Well, there's that music. Music from across the sea. Ha! It started a few days ago, and now it's blasting, even through the nights. And now suspicious-looking people are sneaking around the church. I don't like that. Maybe that's where the mercs are. What else is on down coast? Before you get to the church, there's some ruins, an apartment complex, or some kind of electrical plant. Run down bunch of houses. Empty. Huh. Which is it then? Apartments or electrical plant? I don't know exactly. A pre-war place. It used to be something. She shrugs. Before the war. I wasn't here then, you know. I was born in Samara. Anything else of note? Of note? The old fish market up on the boardwalk, but it's closed. That's it? There's gotta be more along the coast. What? You're one of those real estate people with big plans. If you want a development opportunity, you can check out the abandoned building over at Land's End. Used to be a supply depot, we think, sending goods and ammo across the bay. It's jammed shut, though. We tried to get in, see if there was anything to sell or scavenge, but it's impossible. She drops a bar of soap into the bucket with a splash. And now you know everything there is to know about this coast. What's in this fishing village? Just us. It's barely a village anymore. We almost don't exist. What do you mean? This is pretty much a non-place, she grins. A gap. A blank spot on the map. Just a cluster of nameless shacks on a nameless street. Who else lives in this, village? Well, there's Liline and her kids. A few new folks live in the house to the east. She nods her head across the courtyard. But they're away right now. And then there's the drunks. Not a pretty sight, but there's little we can do about it. Home is home, even for them. Who? What drunks? Sooner or later, you'll see for yourself. She slowly shakes her head. Don't have to look long to find these guys. Is there a way to make a little money around here? Here? For you? No, officer. The only money we have here is some coins the drunks tried hiding from their women and then forgot about. There's got to be something here. You can tell me. She waves her hand southwest. Over there you can find more of the same. Shacks and trees growing wild. That's the pox. Shivers. Between here and Jamrock, a dusty sea of old trees. All covered in industrial soot. Small houses under them. An overgrown park. It feels like I've heard that name somewhere, but tell me more. An old military hospital and its surroundings. She looks toward the buildings to the south. Or it used to be, during the time of the Suzerain. After the war, it was turned into a goodwill hospital for shell-shocked veterans and folks looking for some quiet in the old sanatorium gardens. Now the area is crisscrossed with nameless streets and makeshift cinderblock houses. Shacks as far as the eye can see. What happened to the hospital? The goodwill ran out. She tightens her scarf around her neck. The staff left and the place was shut down. It's long gone by now. Alright, there's another topic I'd like to address. She nods, rinsing another piece of cloth. Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around the coast? Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately. I suppose that's true, but do you know who I'm talking about? This is my little cinderblock town. She nods with a fickle smile. I know what goes around here. She's being evasive. She knows something. Thank you, Rhetoric. This is like when the man locked... do I want to say that? This is like when that man locked himself in the woodshed. We just need to help her come out. No, it's not like that man. With him we called you. Right now, you just arrived by yourself. Like a raven plucking at the window glass. Half-Light, enough of this. She better start talking right now. I see. You know something, but you decided not to tell us. There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now, was there something else? Logic. You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others too. Goodbye. I'm off. I don't want to get her angry because she did just give us keys to a free place to spend the night. And I guess we'll take a look at her shack. It arguably on the inside at least will look probably just as good or worse as our current house. Our current place of residence is. That also frees up quite a bit of money for us if we want to actually start buying things. You can't see into the house from this angle. Inside, you hear the cozy sound of some kind of heater sputtering. I guess this must be kind of it, I think. The door has seen better days. The layer of paint has started to peel off due to the salt and wind from the sea. Even the lock looks slightly rusted. Unlock the shack with the... Wow. Unlock the shack door with the key. The key turns with a satisfying click. You can enter the shack now. The floorboards creak under your step. You see the waves, the sea, a church. Old science fiction magazines, books about birdwatching, an almanac from '39. This intricate heat engine hums quietly, giving out pleasant warmth. Shivers. A brisk coastal wind still howls against the window of the shack. Occasionally, the waves crawl in under the foundation, producing a low hum. The room feels muffled, like you pulled your hat over your ears. Outside, it is cold and windy, but you're inside, and it feels safe and warm. What is this place to you? I think 2 or 4 would be appropriate for Sam. So our answers are my new hangout where I could silently sit, drink and die while looking at the waves roll in. No, that's not this place. That's not for us. We're going to get back to the city eventually. I think that's what I would like our Sam to do. My forward base for the coastal part of the operation. I like that. That's probably close to true. It's free. That's good enough. I could live here. I would not want to live here unless I was paying rent. A possible, in so much that this would not be a long-term place for me to spend my rest of my life. A possible resting spot for my fugitive is what it is. That is true. And that's the reason why I walked in here. Looks like this is my new home. Wonder where the old one went. I'm torn between 2 and 4, so I will flip a coin for it. Heads would go with 2. Actually, no. I will choose. I will choose 4. A possible resting spot for my fugitive is what it is. Waves crash onto the beach, drowning the reeds. Far to the south, a congregation gathers to a soup kitchen and a shelter for the homeless. An old woman gives out knitted scarves for free. Far to the southeast, 2 men and a woman dress themselves in ceramic armor. A short-wave radio hisses on the windowsill. One makes a salute. The other downs a drink. Weapons under the bed. A middle-aged man stands in a run-down shack on the edge of a fishing village. Nothing nods. No one salutes him. No sight of the fugitive. Thank you, strange sensation, for a fair assessment of the current situation. Outside, the howl of the wind has picked up. The waves crash against the stilts again. It's as if you think the thought, but in someone else's voice. Look under the floorboards. As you look, the floorboards in this corner of the shack, it's clear one of them isn't quite level with the others. Visual calculus. The edge of a floorboard next to it looks scratched. Move it aside. The hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below. What's in here? Nothing particular catches your eye. Looks more like reeds. There might be something hidden inside the sand, though. Inland Empire. Something bad. Someone's night thoughts. A last resort. A bad idea. Our gun, maybe? Search through the sand and sawdust. You stick your hand and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside. Fine dust, and then something hard wrapped in paper. What is it? A small cylindrical object. You pull it out. A bullet. A bullet. Interesting. The floorboard doesn't care, but maybe the washerwoman does. You have enough to confront her with. Empathy. Holding the bullet, you get the feeling this isn't ammunition against you. It's for herself. Oh, that item didn't go into my... This was the old tape in our boombox? Door Gunner Mega Mix? A magnetic tape acquired from Titus Hardy. It's supposedly... Oh, no. Okay. Okay. I guess we didn't actually... So this is the only item that didn't go into my inventory, it looks like. Okay. Oh, I should be wearing... I should be carrying that. On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside the wash basin. Is shaving the right call? How would you know? You haven't even seen your face. Go peek in the mirror, then decide for yourself. I feel like we've come too far to shave our face and look in that mirror. So... possibly not? Oh, there is a mirror right here. In case I change my mind. And a bed for us to spend the night, I suppose. I'm not going to shave yet. And I don't think I should look in the mirror. "20 more minutes to the precarious world is done." I'd like to finish that before we call the session, everyone.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Why was there a bullet under the floorboards of your shack? God damn that girl, she murmurs softly. I'm guessing you didn't put it there. Ruby did. Gone had hid things in there. She shakes her head. She's usually a good tenant, and not a stupid one either. You rented a room to her? The old woman sits in silence, her hands moving into the water bucket. Some water sloshes over the edge. Slowly she speaks, wringing out a rag. Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl, as I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking for solitude. I've made it clear we welcome all kinds of people here. When was this? She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry. Her wrinkled hand needs a blue rag in the water. What has she gotten herself into, that girl? Empathy. She seems genuinely worried about her previous tenant. She's seen her hiding out from trouble before, but this seems different. Is the room exactly as she left it? I cleaned it, like I always do. Was there anything else there? No. I believe her. Why do you think she left the bullet there? How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't go around toting a gun. She looks back towards her shack, thinking. Inland Empire. You could ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure. See if she thinks Ruby fits the bill. I have a possible explanation in my mind. I do tell. A seagull flies overhead. Obviously, a bad omen. It's an exit plan. An exit from what? This. She tilts her head to the side, looking up at you, deep in thought. Then she makes up her mind. No. She's a fighter. Physical instrument. Not a quitter. Like you sometimes get, son. You said she left on Monday. Yes. Early, with the dogs. Around 8 o'clock, I think. Did she have any technical equipment with her, like radio stuff? Not that I know of, though she was into nice music. She once showed me a few mixtape milus she made. She brushes her forehead with the back of her hand. Water drips to the ground. Although I guess she was pretty handy with the mechanical and technical stuff, even fixed the heater in the shack. You should be thankful for that. What is she like? Ruby. She's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. She rubs her cold hands together. At my age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation, so I really appreciate that about her. Did she talk to you much this time? No. She was mostly silent this time. Kept to herself. What do you mean? She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines, but this time she mostly stayed in her room. Where did she go? I don't know. Further up the coast? She tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screeched like a cat in heat, woke me up. I had heard her rushing in those heavy boots, heading up north. Visual calculus. It's a peninsula. She might be trapped. After a moment's silence, she says, You'll never find her, you know. Her tone is without malice. She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived. Which answer do we go with? Number one, this seems fitting, but I don't know if we'll do that today. Actually, we might as well. We have like 5 hours. I think it might be handy to have Kim here though when we confront her. The place is huge. She is like a needle in a haystack. But nah, I'm not giving up. I don't want to insult her, so 4 is not what I'm going to say. 2 or 3. Man, I was really hoping she'd be hiding in this village. Yes, it's going to be too much work for you to find her. She drops the rag into the bucket. It's clean now. Better for you to stay here. Get a nice cozy fire going in the heater. Endurance. No. You can do it. You still have plenty of juice in you before you drop. Perception. Behind the cinderblock houses, old pre-war ruins rise to the sky like dark palaces. The wind calls. We have more work to do. I'm off. One more thing, officer. If you do find her, please go easy on her. She looks around. The air is getting colder. She really means it. It's an honest plea. She's a good girl. Whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in. If she helped kill that merc, she might have done it for what she thought were the right reasons. But it was the wrong thing to do. We've got 8 minutes left until we have unlocked another thought cabinet slot. Let's say hello to the kids. Maybe one of these is a little girl. They look like 2 boys, though. Oh, they are. Lillian's twin? Is that how you say it? Lillian? Lillian. We'll go with that. The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. He can't be more than 5 years old. The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth. Hey, you guys look identical. The stone-kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if that's something to be scared of. The obvious fact that you just stated. He looks just like me, the other one says. Yeah, I said that. The boy doesn't answer. His brother throws another rock. Both of their hair is covered in some kind of dirt. Hey, where's your mom? The kids don't reply, absorbed in their little game. Bye, kids. Take care. I'm a little worried if I say there's any bad people around, they'll point at me, and I'll lose a point of morale. We're not going to do that yet. Hard to see the details. The colors, all warm and welcoming, are cozy enough. A flower trough where nothing really grows. Maybe in spring. What are these doing in the fish? Wow! Some other boots. Francongrian cavalry boots. +1 perception. A view from above. Good old calf-length cavalry boots. Mount that horse and ride into the night. The heel comes in handy too. It definitely makes you feel a good 5 centimeters taller. But could it be that it's also making you sharper, more perceptive to your surroundings, not that you've gained a new perspective? Oh, I really like the way this outfit looks. It's kind of a... It's kind of a shame I like these other stats I'm going to have. Yeah, I kind of like... I mean, we put a lot of effort to get these fair weather T500 greaves, so you better believe I'm going to wear them. Oh yeah, getting some more tar. And I paid good money for this, the man from Hemsdal, so I kind of want to keep that on.
Aye, officer.
A woman in a raincoat stands on the quay, considering an overturned boat. A sword and scabbard hangs from her hip. Oh wow, nice, a fighter.
Anything I can help you with?
I like your little accent. As always, I am the lawbringer.
Are you now? There are a lot of law bringers around Martinez, but not a lot of law. I guess men with authority have their quirks. What brings you here, lawbringer?
Bringing of the law. I was hoping there was a thought like this. We have said we are the law to enough people that we have gained a new thought. We'll take a look at it together in a bit. That depends. Where are we exactly?
A fishing village on the seashore. This place doesn't really have a name. It's sometimes called Elysium.
Oh, why?
The sign on the street leading here is illegible. Has been since they built this place.
Ah, interesting. Yeah, I can see people calling it Elizabeth to make fun of illegible. That's pretty clever. I've questions. The first is, what's your name?
The name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker. I think I have time for questions, and that was actually the second one.
Logic, indeed. You're always confused as to your whereabouts. Ask her about the cool sword. It helps to break the ice. Yeah, I agree. Neat sword. Does it come with a story? Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of a story. She smiles at her own joke. Is to intimidate folks, mostly. It is imposing. Nod. It's a regular mass-produced sword, like a shovel or an axe. Nothing fancy. Just for intimidation. Why do you need intimidation tactics? From time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men, and believe me, she adds, tittering, men need a lesson in manners from time to time. I'm not going to ask to borrow the sword. That's ridiculous. Why don't more women arm themselves if it's so effective? It seems like that's insulting to her. So where are all the men now? Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed. She looks down, and one of them I ended up marrying. Where's your husband now? Gone. He disappeared. Sounds like a missing persons case. No, no. There's nothing to find. He's dead. Lost to the waves. Oh. Say no more. Wait for her to continue. He didn't respect the sea. Went out there drunk like a skunk. And sure enough, one day the boat was found floating empty. The bloated corpse turned up 2 weeks later. Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago and I've moved on. There's only so much mourning you can do for a drunk with Sunni muscles. Chemistry. She really liked those muscles, though. It's in the way she pronounces Sunni. Huh. This seems like a sad thing to say. I'm not going with this. That's not me actually at all either, number one. So I guess we go with 4. It's healthy to let go and move on. Gotta keep the wheels spinning. Us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. She crossed her arms. I buried him, mourned for an appropriate amount of time, and went on. She glances at the village where 2 little kids are playing with what looks like rocks. Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids. Empathy. This is neither a touchy nor a very interesting topic for her. Electrochemistry. She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another, better drunk. Ask her. Both of you could need some action. Perfect necktie. Do it. Hit on the widow. It's the right thing to do. No. Volition said we do not obey, do not listen to anything the necktie says. Although maybe a different character of mine would definitely ask her out. Not our Sam Burke. He's not gonna do it. Is that your boat? points at the overturned boat. Sure it is. The sun, I call her. Coated her with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take some time for it to dry, assuming the sunny days continue. Sunny days? Put your hand in the rain. Aye. She looks at the rain circles on the water. Sunny days. You've got a problem with that. But it's not a sunny day. Sure it is. 'Twould be bad news for the skiff if it weren't. Bad news for the nets. Bad news for the kids. There's a moment's silence. She looks at the rain streaming down the yellow belly of the boat. Oh. She has her hopes high. It's not sunny, and she knows it. Everything actually isn't working out for her. I think she's being braver than she's letting on. When do you think it'll be ready? There's something I might have to check out on one of the islands. The origin of a shot. Shot, huh? She gives you a short nod and replies. The boat will be ready when the sea turns and the winds settle. You can't command the weather, officer. Shivers. Waves wash the sand. A skiff moves across the mirror-smooth sea, far away from here. A lone passenger. A fast sloop in the distance. White sails. Visual calculus. My prediction? It'll be at least 2 days. I'm looking for someone. Maybe you can help. Let's see. Who are you looking for? I'm looking for a suspect who might have stayed in this neighborhood. Okay. When did this person stay here? Very recently. Over the past few days. She might have arrived on Friday. Oh. She looks slightly disappointed. I've been out on the sea for most of the past week. The weather's been good for fishing, so I usually start at 4 in the morning. Really? Yeah, that's the optimal time. Gotta make the most of the calm. I've been sleeping like a corpse after. The sea really takes its toll. Now I'm just waiting for the wind to settle to get out there again. Sorry I couldn't help you out. A faint smile was across her face. Maybe I can help you find someone else. Well, that's it. I'm looking for anyone else right now. Well, how can I assist you then, officer? Oh, what do you do around here? Like I said, fish mostly. Sail the waves, take care of the kids, pick nets. Right now I'm tarring a little skiff. Anything else? Yeah, I sell fish to the people in the Delta to serve at their fancy restaurants. Authentic Insulindian cuisine. Is it enough to make a living? Sometimes I also walk the beach to see what the sea has given up. It's full of surprises. Suggestion. This is what is called a conversation. You don't have to be guarded right now. Ha 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 ha. We're not going to hit on her. Interesting. Have you found anything? Wood, pieces of glass. Every once in a while we see dead bodies. Human, animal, fish, other odd sea creatures. A mine washed ashore once. She looks at the beach and continues. Bottles, drugs also. Lost cargo in general. But most of the time it's just wood and glass. Rhetoric. All right. Major choice moment. You only get to ask one thing. It would be weird to say them all. Choose wisely. Physical instrument. Mines. Mines. You need mines. A mine. The RCM could use a mine. Where is it? Well, the RCM has to wait for another one, because some army folks came by, took it in the middle of the bay, and blew it up. She spits over the railing. The blast was surprisingly timid for such a huge spiky thing. Alright, be seeing ya. We could try asking her out. How about that? But we would need more suggestion, and we have to find a spot we can act. So we need boxcars. But no, I don't think we're going to be asking her out anyway. Be seeing ya. The precarious world. How not to lose? It is impossible not to. The world is balanced on the edge of a knife. It's a game of frayed nerves. You're pushed on by numbers and punitive measures, pain, rejection, and unpaid bills. You can either play, or you can crawl under a boat and waste away. Turn into a salt or a flock of seagulls. Your enemies would love that. Or you can fight. The only way to load the dice is to keep on fighting. Critical success and failure thresholds lowered by 1. So, I think what that means, because I glanced down and looked at that immediately to see what our reward would be, is that now we will always fail a challenge on a 2 or a 3. And we will always pass a challenge on an 11 or a 12. That's interesting. I think we'll keep it. We've almost leveled. And I'm not sure what to put this point in. Might be time for some more shivers. Sure, let's put a point in shivers. What we did about it first, as with the other things, raise the hair on your neck. Tune in to the city. Cool for city lovers, the wisest of the streetwise, the genuinely supernatural. Shivers come when the temperature drops and you become more keenly aware of your surroundings. It enables you to hear the city itself, to truly belong to the streets. It is a supernatural ability. Old wrongs play out in present time. Scenes across the city happen in front of you. But who is speaking to you? At high levels, shivers may make you seem mad at the outside world. As you listen to the city, you don't listen to the others. Your superiors may begin to worry. With the low shivers, though, you will seldom hear the city speaking to you. And if you cannot hear it, how can you ever save it? I think we go with logic next. And we'll play for just a tiny bit longer. Oh, there's Joyce. Okay, so let's do this for 70 more cents. And then say, oh, hello. The planks creak beneath your weight. This boat is floating freely in the water, unmoored. Oh, she's tying up her boat. The ladder leads to a school of fish swimming in the kelp.
I'll just keep the cordially in the channel if that's okay. It's too shallow near the pier.
She winds the mooring line around the post.
Aye, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way.
Of course, jetty. I prefer a good jetty to a pier any day. Jetty.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, detective.
She fastens the end of the line around the post and straightens her back.
It's good to see you here. I only just arrived myself.
What brings you here?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now. So I decided to investigate it personally. This cluster of buildings isn't on any of the official maps, as far as I can tell.
So how do you like it here?
How do I like it?
She casts her gaze toward the village, slush melting on the cinder blocks. Construction work left half-finished 10 years ago. Perception, hearing. Water drips down the eaves of Eternite. The jetty below her feet creaks to the tune. The smell of salt and dog shit in the background.
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name. All the men are dead or missing. And is that the carcass of a motor carriage over there?
She squints her eyes.
I'm surprised that woman hasn't put me to the sword yet. Maybe she will. You should ask your questions while you can.
Dark eyes survey the coast leading up to Martinez. Dull gray metal rests in her scabbard, a sword. The wind is too loud for her to hear. Authority, real men, real politics, real thoughts in your head. I think 3 is probably what Sam would most likely say. Or nothing. Try not to be scared. This is just how the real city looks. Oh, I'm not frightened, officer. I'd never... She leans against the railing, looking up at the gray sky. Above you, there forms a quilt of alto cumulus clouds, twisting into each other. The wind tugs and stretches them over the bay. Their cloud shadows slide over the ruins of Revachol West. Wherever they pass, the temperature ups slightly, but perceptively. Esprit de corpse. It's early spring and the rains are coming. An officer enters a low hut of stone and wood. Inside, weapons are piled against the walls, rifles with splintering stocks and swords, tens, if not hundreds. They're antiques, says Lieutenant John, the archetype McCoy to his partner. They're digging them up from the catacombs now, fixing them. Old caches from the Revolution. The children carry them up. Come May, the streets will be flooded. Outside, the wind rattles the loose hatches. Flooded with cheap weapons in angry hands. Have I told you how they discovered this place? The wind picks up. Her raincoat flaps in the gust. This Isola? Yes. Insulunde. No, you haven't told me how they found it. Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around 45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation have left these people in an oblivion of poverty. Oblivion. That's so me. I knew you would sympathize. She nods. Most most people here will never know what this place means, our home, this island of matter, or why they were ferried over in the first place. Remind me to tell you one day. She corrects the scarf around her neck. For now, how can I assist you in this new location? Oh, tell me something else then. Of course. I hear you have singled out the suspect and are in pursuit. This is a cause for cautious optimism. How can I help you at this juncture? I found my badge, by the way. By love you did! She inspects the piece of blue plastic, her eyes scanning from left to right. She hands it back to you. Pleased to meet you, Lieutenant Double Yefreter Dubois. I'm glad to see a man of high qualification. The situation is precarious. Seaweed drips from the badge in your hand. It smells of fish. What can I help you with, Lieutenant Yefreter? Thank you. That's all for now. Alright, everyone. Well, we're going to stop. We've almost leveled as well. That's really nice. Probably if I... Oh, man. I love to be the Lawjaw. That'd be fantastic. Let's read about the problem really quick because I am so tempted to take this. Hey, so a little observation. It's all cool, man. Don't freak out. But every time you say I am the law, and you say it a lot, it's basically hello for you. Your jaw does this weird thing. It sort of shifts sideways, hanging off your face at a jaunty angle, while the word law sounds oddly guttural and low. It's strange. You wouldn't notice it, but after saying you're the law 80,000 times, a question does come up. Why do you have law jaw? I'm tempted to take it. I'll tell you what. Why don't you guys tell me if I should unlock Bringing of the Law as another thought. We wouldn't take it next level. Because I'm probably going to put at least 1 point in logic. I probably want 2 points over here as well. Maybe even 3 or more to take advantage of the fact we have more points allowed to be placed into logic. But in any case, 1 more point in logic, and then if you guys would like, we'll take yet another thought from the thought cabinet. Okay, but I'm going to stop here. Next episode, we're probably going to go back to Gart and sing karaoke if we're able to. And then we'll do more investigating. I will see you guys in the next one. Oh, right, and I want the gloves. I need to find that little girl. Alright, in any case, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, everyone.